Once upon a time, in a small kingdom by the eastern sea, where rice fields swayed in the wind and lotus flowers bloomed violet pink on still palms, there lived a cursed princess. Her curse did not come from a witch or an evil stepmother, it came from within. Every night, as darkness fell, a voice whispered inside her head. It told her the light at the end of the hall was not sunrise, but a cliff. It told her the castle doors were all locked and she would never find the key. It told her she was born to hold suffering the way others hold love. She dared not tell anyone. She only stood on the highest balcony, rain soaking her shoulders, and counted the rooftop below. As if counting the days she still had the courage to stay. The coterie said, "Your Highness, you are simply sad. Everyone feels this way sometimes." She nodded, then she returned to the balcony. In another kingdom, so far away one must slip through 9 voyages on a ship to reach it, where several green olive groves stretch under the Mediterranean sun and ancient stones cast their shadows upon the Tiber. There lived a misunderstood knight. He was not the kind of knight who loved Paris or Bury. At feast, he sat in the farthest corner, back straight, eye fixed on the door as if always ready to leave. When someone came near, he stepped back. When a hand touched his shoulder, he stiffened like stone. They said, "He's arrogant, he's cold, he cares for no one." But no one knew that his heart was a fortress long under siege. Another curse lived inside chest, one that made him fear everything too strongly, too deeply, too fiercely. So he had to build walls high enough to keep from burning from within. He wanted to crack his heart because he never met anyone who could understand the shadows hiding inside. He chose solitude, not because he loved it, but because solitude was the only thing that had never abandoned him. He told no one this. He simply mounted his horse and rode. Then they met one rainy night. No, not met, something more fragile. Pale blue letters appeared on the crystal mirror in the princess's library. At the other end, half a world away, a knight sat alone in his small room, gazing at his sword reflecting the flickering firelight, and saw the same words. The first time he wrote her, he was only 3 words. "Are you okay?" She did not answer right away. She read those 3 words again and again, like a drowning soul grasping a driftwood. Then she wrote, "I don't know." From that night on, they spoke in light. She told him about her childhood summers, running barefoot on burning ties, her grandmother winged hands watching her each evening, the loneliness that tortured her during quiet meal with no laughter in the castle. She told him about nights spent listening to the rain, wondering if anyone in this world could understand the chaos inside her. He listened, and he told her about his boyhood, climbing the height just by his village just to see an eagle's nest, shattering his grandfather's ancient watch because he thought treasure was hiding inside, racing his friend down rocky slope until his knee was gripped and his clothes caked with mud. He told her about his mother, who always shook her head and said, "You never sit still," and the deep homesickness he carried during the years he had to leave home to study warfare in the strange city. He had never told anyone these things, but with her, the words poured out like a dam breaking after years of holding strong, and she understood. He was never cold. He was only a storm trapped inside a ribcage. Every night, as she was about to fall asleep, he was just beginning his day. When she woke from restless dreams, he sat eating a late dinner under yellow lamplight. The distant between them was half the earth. 6 hours of sun and shadow, of days and nights out of sync. But she liked to think of it as a river. 2 rivers never meet, yet they both flow into the same oceans. And she believed there were other ways of meeting beyond simply being in the same place. They loved each other across half the earth, 2 people carrying different wounds. She poured her heart into words. Every line she wrote was a beautiful soul she had never dared show anyone. She wrote about the days the curd whispered so loudly, it drowned out everything else. She wrote about her fear that she would never be enough to be truly loved. She wrote about how he made her want to live, truly want to live, for the first time in years. He was not good with words, but every night he lifted his voice in songs only she could hear. He sang of empty streets he had walked, wishing she was beside him. He sang of a longing that had no name in any language. He sang of a distant shore he had never touched, yet knew by heart, every wave, every tide. Those songs were how he said "I love you" in the only language he was not afraid to speak. And she listened, and she wept, and she loved him even more. But distance shows no mercy. Seasons of falling leaves passed, spring arrived about half of the earth, and still they had never once seen each other's face. War did not come from the kingdoms, it came from smaller things, misunderstandings, old wounds waking up, days when she found him too cold and he found her too sensitive, as if they spoke two different dialects of the same heart. She hated his stoicism. She hated the walls he built every time they got too close. She hated the way he fell into long, heavy silence, leaving her at the other end of the world with 100 unsent letters. And he hated the way she let her emotions carrying her away. Hated how she cried at small things and laughed at things no one else found funny. Hated how she made him feel everything. Some nights, the whispering voice returned to her, stronger, more haunting. It told her he would live like all the others. It told her she would never be enough, not good enough, not beautiful enough, not interesting enough, not worthy enough for him to stay. Some nights, he lay awake, wondering if he deserved someone who lived so fully, or if he was only pulling her down into the abyss with him. They lost each other for a while, not because they stopped loving, but because they had not yet learned how to love without breaking themselves. And one day, the princess left her kingdom. She was a brave princess, and she dared to live because she understood something few in fairy tales ever understand. Sometimes, to move the world towards the one you love, you must first move yourself. She traveled to a distant northern land where bitter cold rained all year, where snow blanketed the rooftops and lakes froze solid like giant mirrors. She was not running away, she was moving forward, and she believed that every mile she traveled, every latitude she crossed was another bridge reaching toward him. He found her on a winter night when the temperature had dropped below 20 degrees, not because he knew where she was, but because he could not be anywhere else. The pale blue letters appeared again in the crystal mirror after so many days of silence. He did not write much, he only sent her a recording. His voice, raw and breaking in the frozen air, singing of a girl so far away he had to gather the light of 1,000 stars just to see the path home. She listened to that recording again and again in a small room in the Ice Kingdom, and for the first time in months, she believed the man of stone truly had a heart, and that heart was beating for her. The hard, disciplined, fiercely stoic man had learned to sing instead of silence. The woman of deep emotion, who lived by feeling and felt everything so intensely, had learned to give him space without feeling abandoned. They did not change each other's nature. He still had days when his could woke up, when he withdrew into his cell, when he needed vast oceans of quiet to keep himself from shattering. She still had nights when she wept from missing him until her chest ached, when she filled page with words she dared not to speak. But now, he knew she would stay even after his silence, and she knew his silence was not indifferent, it was only his way of fighting his own demons. They said the princess and the knight are a sad fairy tale, for they had never once touched hands, they had never walked together under any sky, they had never known what it is to wake up beside someone and hear their breath weaving into yours. They only have pale blue letters, voice recordings breaking in the cold wind, and a fragile belief that one day, distance will no longer be their enemy. Yet still, they remain. Through seasons of rain and sun, through countless awakenings of their curses, through misunderstandings and wounds and days when letting go seemed kinder. And if you ask the one cursed princess what made her stay, she will look towards the farthest horizon, where night sits alone under amber lamplight in some distant place, and she will say, "Because he was the first person to look into my abyss and not turn away. He did not try to feel it, and it is enough to make me want to live one more day." And they say the princess never returned to her old kingdom. When asked why, she told them she had found something more precious than thrones and crowns. As for the knight, rumors said he'd still take his long journey, but now on his map there's one destination that never changed. And they also say that in the princess' small library, in the frozen Northern, there's a hand-drawn map. On it, there are no borders, no names of kingdom, no meridians or parallels, only two small maps, one in the south, one in the north, and between them, countless crypt lines, journey in the trees, fragment of memory written in haze. Someone once asked, "What map is this, Your Highness?" She smiled, placing her hand upon the pale blue ink. "This is not a map of lands. This is a map of a journey, the journey I take toward him every single day, even though we had never met. and I will keep drawing it until this stroke becomes a real road beneath my feet.